What's up, barbecue family? This is the Black Smoke Barbecue Podcast, where barbecue is not only the code we live by, it's the culture we embody. I am your host, Jeff from Outdoors with Jeff, and I know what you're thinking. Today is Monday. Where's the episode? Well, we're on vacation this week, but we did put together a few clips for you, some old and some new, to hold you over until next week. So first, we're going to take a quick look back at episode 38 with our good friend of the show, Art Fennell. And he's going to talk about country style and how he got Den Finn and Jism and all of those guys to agree to do the show. One thing as well, I'm sure some of you guys know that Art's channel on YouTube was hacked, and he is actually starting over from ground zero. But they're having a relaunch on September 27th, so be sure to stay tuned for that on YouTube. And the name of the new channel is Country Style 2. Be sure to click that link in the upper corner so you can go ahead and subscribe to that channel. But let's go ahead and get to the clip.
It wasn't hard at all. I'm telling you, it wasn't hard at all. I mean, remember, I know them. So I didn't have to go up and say, hey, guys, my name's Art, and I got a camera, and I'm just going to be hanging around and getting you doing whatever you're doing. Didn't have to do any of that. I basically say, hey, we're talking, and Brandon, I got the camera. What the hell did you just say? And because they know me, then they automatically respond without thinking about it. I mean, that's what I mean by it's raw. I don't have to pull it out of them. Now, it's been interesting. It's been interesting to me to see how they've all morphed into these deeper YouTube characters, because it's sort of like I took a fire and poured gasoline on it, to the point where some of them have become, personality monsters. And I can name them for you. Would you guys like to hear some of them? I'll tell you about them right here now.
Please.
Please do.
Top of the line.
The floor is yours.
Who, if that camera is anywhere in the room or in the state, he's going to try and find it, because he does not want to miss an opportunity to be on camera. Right behind him is his arch nemesis, the dragon, who is Ray Charles Williams. Okay. The camera has just enhanced his personality. He can't go to the grocery store without having to take pictures and selfies with people. And he just introduces himself now as, I'm the dragon. I'm the dragon. Okay. So then you take him, you take even my niece Muffin. You can take my brother Den Finn. You can take Cleve. You can go down the list. Lil Rob has become the latest YouTube monster on country style, who you can't keep away from the camera. So they're regular people who are now wearing their personas of their YouTube cast members. And that's hard to manage.
It's always great catching up with Art. And like I said, be sure and go ahead and subscribe to the Country Style 2 channel. You don't want to miss that relaunch on the 27th. Next, we're going to go ahead and get to episode 48, where we had on Alfred McDonald, otherwise known as Spoon Fed, some of the best whole hog barbecue you're going to get in South Carolina. And he's going to discuss what sets his whole hog cook apart from anybody else.
When I first get him, and I think the only thing set mine is aside. I cook mine meat down. I cook it meat down. And then when I flip him, I'm gonna make my sauce. I'm gonna put peppers and all that in the hog. I don't do no injection. I think the only thing I've ever injected was a turkey Thanksgiving. I don't do no injection because I wasn't raised on doing injection. I think I don't like that. So I'm gonna put like red pepper, black pepper, crushed pepper, and I'm gonna make a barbecue sauce, and I'm gonna put my sauce in the hog, and I'm gonna ball it. But if you cooking, and a lot of people want to cook at 210. I don't mean no harm, but you can't cook no food on hog at no 210 degrees. I jack the heat up on them. I cook him to 300, 275, 300. Some people say that's just a little too much heat. You need to have a clean grill where you don't have no grease build up. And You need to be able to go out there and look every now and then up under your grill, make sure he ain't catching fire. But if you cook him hot enough, I had this friend named Ellis Liz, when he was in the military, he got out. He used to always come to my house when I cooked the hog. And I used to put on these black gloves. And I could tear a hog up with my hand once I get him cooked. And I started to change the name from spoon fed to glove fed, because I could take the gloves and do it. But my daddy always told me, if you got to put a knife in him, he ain't done. If you got to cut him, if you can look in there and the meat solid white, he ain't done. You got to. A lot of guys do all this probes and stuff. I just wasn't, hey, that's nice. You put a probe in it, and your little probe go off on your phone telling you certain things. But if you cook long enough and you've been out there long enough, you know how to open the grill. You know how to look at the back, see the skin rising. You know how to pull the bone. If the bone's still tight, he still ain't cooked. You got to be able to pull the bone loose. If you slice the skin on the ribs before you put him on, if you put salt on him and you cook him, once you flip him and cook him and season him, there's no meat on them rib bones. That bone will come out clean. So I have to cook a hog I like cooking big hogs. I don't like cooking little hogs. I cooked one a couple of weeks ago, 196 pounds dressed out. It took 10 of us to get him on the grill. It took 10 of us to flip him. And 196-pound hog, 12 hours. He falls that apart. I'm gonna run the temperature up to 300. I'm gonna put the needle in the red. We ain't putting no needle in the blue. Needle's on in the red. You got way up there in the red, because we got to have heat, and that's where a lot of people fail at. That heat go up and down. That heat go up and down. You failing at the game. You got to have constant heat. You got to have enough heat to cook it. I don't cook him on the back all the way, because there's stuff in there all got to drip out.
All right, guys, this is the Black Smoke Barbecue Podcast Vacation Edition. And next, we're going to revisit episode 53 with Kyle Arceneaux of Wood Dog Cooking, as he talks about his editing process and learning how to deal with folks on social media.
So my wife does all my editing. She teaches me something new every day. So every video you see, the quality of it, the effects of it, that's something that she sat one day and learned about and turned it into a reality to our videos. So big shout out to her. Without her, man, I don't know what these videos would look like. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. More than likely we wouldn't be talking if I was in charge of the editing of all this stuff. But the one thing I learned a couple things. One for sure, when we first started, I remember I had to kind of block out the negativity sometimes on social media. So once you put some stuff out and you can feel real passionate about it, and there's always going to be some of these people on there, my hibachi video. My wife did a great job with it. It went crazy viral, a couple million views. And I had Nate Dogg's Nobody Does It Better playing in the background. Not necessarily saying I can do this hibachi better than a trained Japanese chef. I'm just putting my own flavor on the thing. Man, this dude came in there talking about, hey, I lived in Japan for 2 or 3 years, and let me tell you, I know a bunch of people that do it better. I said, well, man, you go your ass back to Japan then. I'm not trying to compete the people who you ate food from Japan, man. I'm in my backyard trying to enjoy my food. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm that one I had to let go, because man, when the video went crazy, those alerts are coming in, these notifications are coming in. Man, I'm up one night, I don't know, might have been 2:30 in the morning, sitting up in my bed, answering these people back like, no, you don't know. So that I had to get used to. But the editing thing, what I learned from it, man, you just have to keep going. You have to just keep putting content out there, because whatever video you believe is going to be the greatest, that's probably the one that's going to get the least amount of views.
Oh yeah.
And the one
that's for damn sure.
On a whim, that's going to be the one that's going to get you double-digit views.
And for our last clip, we're going to visit episode 54 with our very own, the Darren W Carter of Carter's Barbecue in Cleveland, Ohio. Darren talked to us about the rewards of betting on yourself in small business and in barbecue. Be sure to follow the Black Smoke Barbecue podcast on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and any platform that you may listen to us on via podcast. We thank you for your support, and be sure to tune in for a new episode next week.
I had to bet on me.
Yeah, that's the one.
There's a risk in everything, but you have to believe in yourself and you have to bet on me. Well, even betting on me is a risk. So, with my history, and I was tripping, but I mean, it's like, you know how Marvel has What If?
Yeah.
What if I didn't quit? Would we be talking at this point? Would I have got a chance to meet Kevin, Rashid, or any of them, or would I have ever been on a show or any of that? You know what I'm saying? What if I didn't? And the bottom line was, for me at this point, my very, very, very worst day, and I've had some bad days as getting off the job. I mean, look, my mortgage has been behind like 2 or 3 months because of the winter and some decisions that I shouldn't have made or should have or did have done differently. We got in a hole. Thank goodness we were, the summertime is always wonderful. So, we got out that hole, but my very, 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 very worst day is still better than the most awesomest day I ever had as an employee, and so as long as that continues to happen, I'm good.